The year 2000. Do you still remember the time when we all dressed like Neo from The Matrix and used our Nokia phones to call each other? The world of gaming also took a huge leap forward. We jumped from the Xbox to the Xbox 360 and from the PS2 to the PS3. This meant we also got plenty of amazing boss battles during this decade. Here are 10 video game bosses that defined kids from the 2000s. The recent remake of Shadow of the Colossus introduced a whole new generation of gamers to a masterpiece. It's kind of unbelievable they managed to put such a massive game on the PlayStation 2 back in 2005. While we like almost every Colossus, we have to go with Phalanx as our favorite one. This massive sand dragon is just awe-inspiring. Before the release of this game, it was impossible to think of a boss this big. We'll certainly never forget the first time we took down this beautiful creature. Sometimes it's the sheer level of difficulty that makes a boss unforgettable. Such is the case with Ahhhh in Ninja Gaiden. The graphics of this game blew our minds back in 2004, but it was its insane difficulty level that made it legendary. Ahhhh was the boss that really kicked your ass the first time you saw her, and the second, third, and fourth. The only way you could beat this boss was by carefully studying her attack patterns. We certainly said quite a few bad words while fighting her as a teenager.
Why won't they die?
It's the giant one! He keeps healing the others!
God of War raised the bar for action games on the PlayStation 2 in the early 2000s. The developers came out swinging with an epic boss battle at the start of the game. The Hydra made a huge impact on us when we first encountered it. The battle had a lot of quick-time events which were still revolutionary at the time. It certainly made everything you did feel spectacular. Nowadays, we think most QuickTime event bosses are kind of lame. However, we'll always have fond memories of the Hydra from God of War.
Go, go, go!
Gears of War showed gamers that the new generation of hardware has some serious horsepower. The series was a huge win for Microsoft and its Xbox 360. Our most memorable boss battle has to be the Riftworm from Gears of War 2. This massive beast swallows you whole, and you have to fight your way through its intestines. This is about as gross as it sounds. While the battle itself isn't tough, it's still one of the greatest moments in the series. We especially love the way the whole squad just spills out of its carcass.
Oh. God damn it!
Do you hear me, Snake? I am the end.
We already knew that Kojima was the master of boss battles. However, he outdid himself with the end in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. This is one of the best sniper battles in gaming, and it's incredibly complex. You could find the end by following his footsteps or by listening with a directional microphone. You could also enter the Konami code to see him on the map. When you save during the fight and come back later, he will catch you sleeping on the battlefield.
The moment you close your eyes on the battlefield is the moment you never open them again.
You can even skip the fight altogether by shooting him earlier in the game, or just set the internal clock of your console forward so that he dies of old age. The possibilities are almost endless.
He's dead.
What the hell happened?
Maybe it was from old age.
You mean he kicked the bucket in the middle of a battle?
The Nintendo Wii was a huge hit when it launched in 2006. It popularized motion control gaming, and even your parents suddenly wanted to play video games. It also gave us hardcore gamers the incredible Super Mario Galaxy series. We especially loved the Bowser boss fight in the first game. It's one of the most epic battles Nintendo has ever created. The final boss goes through different phases as you need to defeat him on multiple planets. The fate of the entire galaxy is in Mario's little white-gloved hands.
I need more power. And we're supposed to be twins. Right.
Devil May Cry 3 has some of the most satisfying boss battles ever created. The final encounter with your twin brother Virgil is downright brutal though. He has the ability to regenerate health while doing massive damage in his devil form. It's an incredibly epic battle, and you will need to use all your skills to even stand a chance. You pretty much have to fight flawlessly to avoid certain death. It took us many tries, but it feels great when we finally took down this incredibly difficult boss. Resident Evil 4 has gone down in history as one of the best games ever made. This game from 2005 is still being ported to modern platforms because it's just that good. It also has a very memorable boss fight in the form of El Gigante. You take him on in a close-quarters arena, which is very intimidating. The fight itself is not terribly difficult, but that doesn't make it any less fun. Kingdom Hearts took the gaming industry by surprise back in 2002. This game mixed the world of Disney with the world of Final Fantasy, and we loved it. It also has a very memorable boss battle. We are of course talking about Sephiroth. This innocent children's adventure suddenly turns into a brutally difficult game at this point. This master swordsman is capable of delivering devastating attacks which will kill you quickly. You really have to study his moves and level up in order to stand a chance.
Prepare yourself.
Just when you thought video game boss battles couldn't get any more epic, Sega releases Bayonetta at the very end of the 2000s. Its final fight really takes on ridiculous proportions. Jubileus is a divine being that is also known as the Creator. It's her purpose to combine light, dark, and chaos to create a new reality. The fight itself has you doing damage to parts of her body while avoiding incoming attacks. This is all split over multiple stages. It's a battle completely in style with the rest of this over-the-top game. Which other bosses from the 2000s do you remember fondly? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Control! Delta here. We just, I don't know where to even begin, but